In the Bible, marriage is the union between a man and a woman. It says that in the beginning God created a male and female so that they may become one flesh. And so it's when they have intercourse that they become one flesh and the union happens. It says that whoever sleeps with a harlot becomes married to the harlot. And so sex is what consummates the marriage and completes the union. Now, in biblical marriage, the husband is the head of the household, which means that he makes all the decisions, and the wife has to obey him in everything. It says, wives, obey your husbands in everything and submit to them, because the husband is the head of the wife, just as Christ is the head of the church. And when it comes to sex, you cannot say no to sex. It says, do not deny each other, except if you both agree to it for a time, because sex is a duty. It's a natural obligation in the Bible. When it comes to divorce, Jesus said that whoever divorces his wife except for sexual immorality makes her an adulteress, and whoever marries a divorced woman commits adultery. And so you can only divorce your wife if she has committed sexual immorality. Or if she has cheated on you. That's the only time divorce is permitted in the Bible. Now, a man can have multiple wives, but a woman cannot have multiple husbands, because adultery is defined as a man having sex with another wife, with another man's wife. And so a wife cannot have multiple husbands, because that would automatically result in adultery. But a man can have sex with multiple wives without committing adultery, because he is not having sex with another man's wife, because they are all his wives. So in the Old Testament, to marry a woman you had to pay a bride price to her father, and then in return her father would send a dowry with the woman who the husband could manage, and the dowry was a sum of money that the wife would keep if the husband divorced the wife. And it was only husbands who could divorce wives. Now it also says, do not be equally yoked to unbelievers. And so Christians are not allowed to marry non-Christians. So if a Christian is married to a non-Christian, then divorce is also permitted, because it says, do not let your brothers and sisters be enslaved to an unbeliever. But the wife is not without authority, because she still has authority over the children. The children has to obey both the wife and the husband. The wife also doesn't have to obey the husband in literally everything, because the husband is not allowed to abuse his authority, because his authority comes from God. So the wife doesn't have to obey her husband if the husband tells her to do something wrong. So yes, that's how biblical marriage works.